Hello, students. After the topic princely states and their integration with India, today we are going to start a new topic reorganization of states. On your screen, you have a map of India at the time of independence and before the tragic partition. Even if you exclude the areas that later formed Pakistan, you will find many present day Indian states are missing in the map. Why? Because of reorganization of states. The process of nation building did not come to an end with partition and integration of princely states. Now the challenge was to draw the internal boundaries of the Indian states, meaning reorganization of states. The boundaries had to be drawn in a way so that the linguistic and cultural plurality of the country could be reflected without affecting the unity of the nation. During national movement, Indian leaders promised language to be the basis of states. The Indian National Congress, after its Nagpur session in 1920, recognized language as the basis of reorganization. But things changed after independence and partition. Leaders felt that creating new states on the basis of language might cause a new round of disruption and disintegration. It was also felt that this might cause distraction from other social and economic challenges that the country had been facing. Hence, the Government of India decided to postpone the matters of reorganization of states. This decision of the government was challenged by the local leaders and the people of some provinces, especially in the South India. Telugu speaking people and their leaders started the Vishal Andhra movement for a separate Andhra province, meaning a separate province for Telugu speaking people. The movement gathered momentum. For example, Potti Sri Ramalu, a Congress leader, went on an indefinite fast that led to his death after 56 days. This caused great unrest and resulted in violent outburst in Andhra region. Finally, the government of India announced the formation of a separate Andhra state in December 1952. Later, a states reorganization commission was formed in 1953 to look into the question of redrawing of the boundaries of states on the basis of different languages. Consequently, the States Reorganization Act was passed in 1956 that led to the creation of 14 states and 6 union territories. In today's discussion, we are going to learn important facts about the reorganization of states. Let us see the important points. Our first topic is reorganization of states. And the point number one says, as I told you, Nagpur session of Congress in 1920, the principle was recognized, Indian National Congress Party, and after independence, a state will be created on the basis of linguistic, but they did not create. In my introductory paragraph, I told you about why the Congress Party or the government of India postponed the creation of new Indian states. Point number two, this decision of the national leadership was challenged by the local leaders and the people. Point number three, as I told you, protests began in the Tamil Nadu, parts of Andhra Pradesh, Kerala, and Karnataka. Point number four, Potti Sri Ramalu, a Congress leader and a veteran Gandhian, went on an indefinite fast that led to his death after 56 days. Point number 5 says this caused great violence that occurred in Andhra region. Point number 6, people in large numbers took to the streets. Many were injured or lost their lives in police firing. Finally, the Prime Minister announced the formation of a separate Andhra state in December 1952. Last point under this topic is other people also protested to make their states on the basis of language. Point number 9 says the central government appointed a state reorganization commission in 1953 to look into the question of redrawing of the boundaries of states. You see, clear? Point number 10 says the commission in its report accepted that on which basis states should be formed and how many. Point number 11 says the States Reorganization Act was passed in 1956. This led to the creation of 14 states and 6 union territories. The next topic is creation of new states. In 1960, Maharashtra and Gujarat were created from Bombay. In 1966, Haryana and Himachal Pradesh were created from Punjab. Meghalaya was carved out of Assam in 1972. Manipur and Tripura were also created in 1972. The case of Manipur we have discussed in the previous topic. The states of Mizoram and Arunachal Pradesh came into being in 1987. Nagaland had become a state much earlier in 1963. Apart from these states, 3 such states like Chhattisgarh, Uttarakhand, and Jharkhand were created in 2000 on the basis of ethnicity. Telangana state was created in 2 June 2014. So, with the help of reorganization of states after independence, internal boundaries were demarcated and new states came into being. Let's see the map of India after the creation of new states. See, the map is on your screen. This is the administrative map of India drawn in 1961 after reorganization of some of the Indian states. Now it is clear. Okay. Now it is more than 70 years since the formation of linguistic states, and some more states and union territory have been created over the years, especially during the last decade. Now, we have every reason to say that linguistic states and the movements for the formation of these states changed the nature of democratic politics and leadership in some basic ways. We can say this with surety that it did not lead to disintegration of the country as many had feared earlier. On the contrary, it strengthened nation unity, and we are prospering as a united and nation encompassing different languages, religions, and other social as well as geographical heterogeneity. With this lecture, chapter 1 finishes here. You will be provided questions covering all the topics at length and that you are supposed to prepare keeping in mind your board exams. In the next video, we will start History, Theme 2, Chapter 5, through the eyes of travelers. Till then, goodbye.